Alrighty, I think we are live. Just give me a one up if you can make sure you guys can hear me. Shoot up that one, and I will bring on our special guest. And I got a one by the special guest. So there you go. He is on the ball. Let's shout out. We've got Bat 13. Of course, he is first on everything. Of course, my man, Daddy Dutch Kent. James Bearden, it is good to see you. Will Plunkett, it's good to see you. Judge Webb, always good to see you. Of course, we've got Barbecue Mama always supporting. We've got Scott in the house. I believe that is a new one. These might be Stephen's people. Kenny Brooks, it is always good to see you. Nothing but love, of course. And Barbecue Mama says she hears me well. And there is Kiki. I'm sorry, that would be Maddie. George Parks is over on the Facebook account. And there is George. So let's bring on what I like to say the coolest voice on YouTube, and that would be my guy Stephen, who has been supporting. He's been supporting before I even knew he had a channel, and he still supports everybody. The guy is relentless, and it is greatly appreciated. And I am certainly happy to be bringing him tonight as Wendy checks in, and of course Kathy checks in. Quint, we got you too. So let's bring on Stephen and find out what the dealio is. And there is that cool cat right there.
What up, people? What up? What up?
So going back from the beginning, how long have you been on you? How long have you been supporting creators before you had the YouTube channel?
Yes, long before.
Long
Actually,
before.
yeah, actually, my first watching the first cooking video was the Barbecue Pit Boys, and from there, well, they will recommend different channels. So from the Barbecue Pit Boys, it went over to like Smoky Ribs, went over to you, Joe from Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. Because you get that certain feed after you start to watch a particular like barbecue or something, you'll get other feeds recommended channels.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but
So go ahead.
I've been following you for probably maybe about 5 years. Could be could be around 5 years. I don't think you may not have had 10,000 subs at that, probably.
And how? So it's kind of hard for me to understand. So if I do ask questions twice or want to confirm stuff, I do apologize, but I want to make sure I hear everything that you're saying.
I'll try to talk almost slower.
There you go. I said the coolest voice in barbecue, man. You got to talk a little slower. So I definitely always did dig the accent. My wife actually gave me a brief history lesson or geography lesson on where Trinidad is. I guess you're from Trinidad, correct?
Yes, I am.
Now, obviously, I have forgotten already everything that she just read to me. So give me a brief rundown of where Trinidad is.
Well, it's actually located close to Venezuela, right? Like if you go to the southeast of Trinidad, you can actually see Venezuela from there.
Okay. And how's the weather in Trinidad? It sounds almost like a vacation-y place for the rich, maybe.
Well, the weather is pretty humid right now for the last couple of weeks. Actually, we're supposed to be in the rainy season, but certain parts of the island is getting the showers, but not where I'm presently living, what you would call central Trinidad.
Okay. So are there big hotels in Trinidad where maybe Americans go or UK goes?
Yeah, it have like the Hyatt, it have Hilton, It have well, which was formerly Holiday Inn, but it is now Radisson, and then it has a couple other guest houses.
Mm-hmm. And have you ever been to the States?
Yes, I have in the 70s and 80s, because actually my grandfather lived there for a number of years, Brooklyn to be exact.
Oh, no kidding. That's kind of up the road from me, about an hour and 20 minutes away. Do you plan on coming back to the States or really no interest?
Uh, It's hard to say. No one can say what could happen in the future. So it's just based according to how well life goes, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you can just walk across the border if you'd like. It is open for you.
I hear, I hear. You.
Of course, I'm taking a cheap shot, I guess you could say. Let me see. So, if we have any questions up, please put them up. Now, tell me about your daughter. Does she have a passion to cook like you do, or is that really just you?
That's mostly me. She's more into the taste testing, more into the
Now,
eating.
is she around you now?
No, not actually. Not she's talking to one of her friends on the phone right now. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Because she actually has a pretty cool voice, also. And I did say Kiki is in the house, so we've got Wendy saying Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago, and there is my man Sleeper. So, what are some of the things, Stephen, that you like to cook? Do you like to cook Americanized food, or do you like to cook? I know I watch. I have watched a lot of your shows in the past, and a lot of the shows seem to be Trinidad, you know, from your country based or from your region based.
well, actually, I like to cook both. Sometimes I try to kind of fuse the both together if it
Mm-hmm.
is possible, you know, because like I did a Texas style barbecue chicken and I added a little twist to it, you know, I add some of that green seasoning, the Trinidad green seasoning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's something like sofrita.
Okay.
So
And Will Plunkett says he worked in Trinidad, and I guess you guys have some hot peppers.
yes, yes, we do. We got the Moruga scorpion. We
Oh,
also
no
have
kidding. That sounds hot.
yeah, that is actually I think that is either the third or the second hottest pepper in the world right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
can't hardly handle a bell pepper, so I doubt I'm going to go anywhere near that.
and
Anytime
then,
it comes to anything spicy is just not for me. And I see Robert Lackey, Anthony. Some of these may be from your side because I don't recognize a few of these names.
I am also not recognizing a couple of those either. So I guess like we bring out some new folks.
There you go.
So that
So what which channels do you follow closely? And you don't have to say, you know, you don't have to say mine. But are there any channels that you or your daughter gravitates for? Is it always cooking, or are there other channels on YouTube that you like to follow?
well it depends, right? Like my daughter, she more follows more like she's more into animals, dogs and cats,
Okay.
and I usually follow cooking channels. That is my main passion.
Mm-hmm.
And well, it may have a few other channels I may follow, like a little sports, little football, well, soccer, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a little American football.
So
But
are there big sports in Trinidad? Do you follow American sports, I guess?
well, yeah, I follow like back in the days. I don't really follow the sports so much now because I find like a lot of things has changed up quite a bit, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I usually used to follow like the NBA. That was one of
Mm-hmm.
my. I used to in my younger days. I love basketball, so that was one
Okay.
of my passions back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And Maddie says she loves Trinidad green seasoning, whatever that is. That sounds spicy.
Not really. You can make it without the hot peppers, without adding a hot pepper to it. I actually have a couple videos on my channel on how to make it.
Hmm.
But
Do you cook? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have a earlier video, and then I did a remake of the video, probably around last year, mid last
Hmm.
year, around there. So
And do you cook anything with Sleeper wants to know? Do you cook anything without? Do you cook anything without Scotch bonnet peppers?
it depends. It
So do
depends.
you cook a lot? So I'm guessing you cook a lot with Scotch bonnet peppers.
Well, like if I'm making a curry or a stew, but like if I'm making fried chicken or burgers,
Hmm.
I wouldn't use Scotch bonnet pepper. I may use cayenne pepper or the red pepper flake, the dry red pepper flake.
Hmm.
But it depends on what I'm cooking actually. Because like if I make like Chinese food, like noodles and chow mein,
Hmm.
I wouldn't add no Scotch bonnet peppers to those things.
And Kathy said she likes warm, spicy. I like to taste what I mean. And you do realize this is not the after dark show from M and K, right? Okay, that's the something you should save, maybe Kathy, for the sensual rocking couch.
Yeah,
Too
so
hot is just too much.
but actually I don't do much spicy as before. No,
And when Wendy says she can't do Scotch bonnets or scorpion, nope, not enough milk on the world. So I think Wendy, I think if I read correctly, because I'm not a spicy eater neither, but I think milk is a. I don't think that really helps, does it? When you eat spicy food, I think thought that was one of those kind of things that is not true. Like if you drink a glass of milk after you eat something spicy, it's supposed to help. But I thought
yeah.
that maybe one of those things that really wasn't true.
I actually never really tried it, so I wouldn't be able to say if it works or if it doesn't work because I'm kind of lactose intolerant, so don't do much dairy products in terms of like milk. Although I would cook with cream and those sort of things, but
Hmm.
to actually drink milk itself, not really a fan of that.
Too hot is too much. Agreed. Heat is good, but I want to taste what's cooking. I'm the same way. I'm not. My stomach just can't handle really anything, quite frankly.
And before Lance asked this question, I'm allergic to shrimps. So
You're allergic to shrimp,
yeah, no shrimps, no crab.
and that's probably big on your island. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's a
Oh, so
big
that's a
that's a
shame.
and actually I used to eat shrimps probably about 5 6 years ago, and it just all of a sudden I developed that allergy. So
Hmm.
and when
You know,
I talked to the pharmacist, she told me that probably I could just take a rest and then start back and see. But I just tell myself, well, if I'm allergic to it, let's just stay away from it.
hmm,
So I never
hmm.
really made an attempt to try it out again.
Yeah. So I wish I wish that people would watch seafood recipes on YouTube because I would cook a lot more with it. I'm not a actually just had a flounder sandwich about 2 hours ago. I'm not a big seafood eater, but there are certain seafoods like the crab claws and Alaskan king crab legs, lobster, some of the big shellfish that I would love, like the you know meaty stuff that I would love to cook with, but just nobody just watches it.
Yeah, the views are well, my views are small on the whole, but even for big channels, seafood is like a kind of a
People
lot of
just don't
people.
like it.
Yeah, they don't gravitate towards those videos.
Everybody wants to see beef,
So beef, chicken, pork,
beef, beef,
lamb.
beef, beef,
So, well, like
and
actually, home by me here, the only sort of beef we really usually get because for me, I would eat a steak or two, but like my daughter and my wife, they're not really big beef eaters. More chicken,
oh,
pork,
okay.
shrimps, fish.
And how long you been married?
Uh, this is my second marriage, and so far I'm making 18 years.
Is that 18 counting both marriages, or is
No,
that
no,
18
that
just with
is
the new one?
18 with the new one. I made 7 with the first one.
I got you. I got you. Both from Trinidad.
Yes, sir.
So people are telling me that milk works for a second, and dairy helps tone it down. That's when you eat something spicy. Can I get some peppers here in MS? Is that where is that? Massachusetts, I guess. About the only peppers I deal with are like a jalapeno or something.
Well, we actually we get jalapenos occasionally. We get foreign jalapenos and
Hmm.
jalapenos, and well, some of the farmers are now starting to try to see if they can grow it down here. So sometimes you get
Hmm.
local jalapenos as well, but most of the jalapenos come from across by you guys there.
Shellfish fan. Just trying to go through some of these comments. And barbecue mama loves all seafood. Hey, there he is, my buddy Mike. How you doing, man? That is Weekend Warrior. It is good to see you. I believe you just hit 100,000 subscribers. So
Wow,
congratulations there. That is a
congratulations.
yeah, that is a number that I am slowly crawling towards.
Tommy man, you supposed to be done there already.
Me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's brutal.
I I'm just kind of up to what date was. I was just asking myself like, wow, Tommy, real see, seeing that 100,000 seem hard. You know?
You know, I can't complain.
But
Um,
then again, the way I look at it in terms of your prospect is that you at least you're still getting paid videos to do, and so you're still making a bit of money there. You know?
well, it's my out of the blue, and I don't even know where where it came from, but my Facebook account, which I'm on Facebook broadcasting there, but my Facebook page has gone viral over the past 2.5 months, where
Wow,
all of a sudden one video just plopped 7 million views in like 2 days.
wow,
And then I've had a 5 million, a couple 2 and 3 millions, a million, and
wow.
that was a game changer as far as money wise.
Yeah, yeah, for
But
sure.
it happened out of the blue, and I don't know how long it will last. But I'm grateful that it happened because again, YouTube has just been steady but slow. Money
Yeah,
wise, YouTube, unless you blow up on YouTube, the money is very, very for the amount of work that you have to do.
that's right.
It's very low. But regardless, even if my Facebook didn't go viral, like I say every week, I have no complaints.
Yeah,
I even told my wife if Facebook stays and I can keep bringing in that money, that's cool. But you know what? If it ends tomorrow, Facebook, and I go back to where I was, 4 months ago, I'm okay with that. I'm at the point where I want to make money, but I don't care
yeah,
about it as much
yeah.
because I don't need it like I used to need it. I mean, I've worked my whole life. I've saved it. Money is when you get older too, I guess, money becomes more secondary. Sure, it's nice
That's
to
right.
have, but man, if you don't have the happiness and
Ah,
everything
that's right.
else, then the money really doesn't matter. So, my happiness will come first, and whatever follows to that is just bonus. So you know, but I
Yes, sir.
agree with you. YouTube could be a tough pull. And if you didn't like to cook and you had a cooking channel, if you have a cooking channel on YouTube and you don't really like to cook, like you have to have a passion to cook. If you don't
That's
have
it.
a passion to cook, you can forget YouTube, man,
Yeah,
because that ain't where you're going to make your money. You're going to drown in just trying to get out of bed because you got to cook today, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
that's what.
complete opposite with me, you know, cuz I have such a passion to cook that that's the easy part.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
cook I'll cook 7 days a week. You know,
Oh,
if the restaurant business wasn't so, you know, I mean, what could I how could I put the restaurant business like, you know, beat. You know, I guess you could say it
yeah,
sucks. It's beat. It's terrible. It's drugs. It's alcohol. It's
it's
fast
a whole,
paced. It's
it's a whole
weekends.
different,
It's
a whole, it's
holidays.
a whole
Yeah,
different ball game.
there's nothing good about the restaurant business. But if I had to, I could work 7 days a week in a restaurant because you know that is where my passion's at. So have you always cooked?
Yeah, I cook 7 days a week home here as well. I do most of the cooking. Oh,
So
oh,
you do most of the cooking,
yeah, yeah.
and what did you just decide one day just to take? So you said you followed a couple cooking channels first, right? And then one day did you just say, you know what? I'm just going to take my phone out and start filming.
Actually, the guy who really made me started filming videos was Joe from Smoking Joe's Kebab.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
mentioned that before.
yeah. He was one of the guys who always said, well, Stephen, you know, just put on the phone and do something.
Uh huh.
And just
I
one
mean,
day, like this.
you have one thing I like about your show. You have some pretty cool graphics. You know, you have some pretty cool graphics. So that tells me either you or your daughter is
I
very
know
computer savvy.
I'm the one who does
Okay, so that would
all
be
the
you.
graphics and the smart text. You see, I do all of the thumbnails, the
Okay.
so I
And we see my man Scotty's backyard barbecue has checked in.
yes, sir. Scotty, what's up?
Wendy says MA is Massachusetts. Just trying to catch up over here.
All the
And
logos and all the different logos and thing. I design all the different logos myself.
Scotty's putting the moves on barbecue mama, I guess. There you go. Barbecue hot mama. Okay, I'll go with that. Maddie Red Lobster lost money on that deal. You know, I
But he
actually
like
went to a Red Lobster about 2 months ago. Well, maybe longer than that. Was disappointed.
uh, I guess when you cook for yourself after a while, a lot of food on the outside becomes disappointed sometimes.
Do
Because
you
remember,
have do you have like Americanized food like McDonald's and Red
yeah, yeah,
Lobsters?
yeah.
Oh, so
Now
you
we don't
have
have
all that stuff
yeah,
there.
but we don't have Red Lobster. Not that I know, but we have like the Subway, the Pizza Hut, the Burger King, Popeye.
Okay.
We also had one called Long John Silver, but I think they closed down.
Okay.
There's a Wendy's. There's also where you have like Dairy Queen.
Mm-hmm.
We have a similar Subway called I think they call it Quiznos or something like that. Quiz
Quiznos.
Quiznos, yeah,
That's
Quiznos.
subs, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me go to my and Scotty Backyard Barbecue said he loves your videos.
I haven't put
Let,
out a video for about nearly
did I lose you?
about a
Oh,
month.
I got you. Hold on. Give me a second here. Yeah, screw it. I tried to find something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Hold on. Whoops. Hold on. I'm still here. There you go. I tried to find something, but I couldn't.
So,
I couldn't find it. Craving both those. Happiness always comes first, no doubt about it. And you start to realize that the older you get.
that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
When you
Holy
reach a
shrimp.
certain age, you try to like focus more on your life and appreciate life a little more.
Well, there's two kinds of people. There's happy people and there's miserable people, and there's no in between. You're either happy
Happy,
or you're miserable, and
miserable.
there's no in between. If you ever slept at my house and seen me wake up in the morning, at whether it's 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning, you would see the same smile, happy person
Yeah,
that you see now. I am never, I never wake up in a bad mood, and
so
rarely go
true.
to sleep in a
In a
bad
bad.
mood. And am I rarely ever anything other than I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast, and I wish everybody could feel that,
Well, uh,
especially later in life. How old are you, Stephen?
yeah, I'll be 52 this.
Okay, so you're coming up to the age where
Yeah,
you have to you want to really start touching everything and feeling everything and trying to get the most, because really it doesn't get any better than this.
that's for
It's
sure.
always for anybody who's in this chat right now or anybody anywhere. It's that moment in time of right now where it never gets better than that. So you can't live for an hour from now or yesterday. It's always in the now.
Yeah,
It's
no,
always
that's right.
exactly. It's
Uh,
just it doesn't get any better than this second. You know,
as my grandmother, my late grandmother used to say, she said, Happiness is the best medicine in life."
it is. And I know a lot of miserable people. I've come across them. You see them. All you got to do is walk in any store, whether grocery, Walmart, I don't care what store it is, and just observe the people and to know exactly what they're about. It's just so easy to see,
They're
who's
always
miserable and who's
they're
not.
always they're always complaining.
Always complaining, always complaining. When can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Loud
When
and clear.
you when you start to feel like that somebody owes you something, whether the world, the government, anything, nobody owes anybody anything. It's up to you to if you want something, go get it, go grab it because no one owes you nothing. The government's only there, to be there, that
Yes,
they don't
that's
owe
right.
yeah, they don't owe you, they don't owe you anything. And I'm sure it's the same like that in your country, right? If you want something,
Yeah,
you got to work to get it,
gotta work together. That's right. I bought my house at the age of 19 years. I started off early in life because my mom and dad died when I had the age of 11. So I grew up with my
Okay.
grandma.
How did they pass?
They were involved in a car accident,
A what?
and the car accident.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
that happened in 1983.
Okay.
So I grew up with my grandmother, and then one day she called me aside and she said, "Son, I'm giving you a start. Make the best of it." So first investment was to start to buy my house,
Mm-hmm.
and then
So, so
I
you
was
found out,
working.
at an early age, basically, you know, life's sometimes not easy.
Sometimes the dice rolls a little bad, and
Yeah.
but yeah, they say life goes on, so you got to make the best of it.
And I also love his accent. I believe I have commented on your videos over the years about your accent, probably a couple times because I definitely dig those island, I guess, accents.
The
It's kind
dialect.
of very. Would you say it's close to like a Jamaican accent
Not
a little
really,
bit? No.
all the islands, Trinidad has its own unique accent. You would
Mm-hmm.
find that, in fact, all of the islands you'd be able to identify from which island a person is from.
Mm-hmm.
And I living in Trinidad, sometimes like if I meet a person from Jamaica, depending on the
Hmm.
part of Jamaica they are from, I would find it hard to understand them, especially if they speak quickly.
Okay.
So, like in terms of me and you having this discussion here, I am just trying to talk more slower so you'll be able to understand. Because
And
if
I
I
can
speak,
understand.
if I speed up the speech, it will be a bit difficult for you to understand.
And now, how do you find my accent? Hard to understand?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Super easy because actually I lived in the States for a while. I lived in Germany for a while. I lived in
Hmm.
England for a while. I lived in Israel. Lived in Egypt.
Oh, wow. Look
So
at you. Now, is Trinidad, is it Arab Trinidad?
no, Trinidad is something. Trinidad is something like America. It's a cosmopolitan country where you have Africanized people. You have people
Like
from
like
Spanish.
UK? Like
Mm,
UK?
yeah, well, we were under the
England?
UK rule at one time.
Okay, so you were under the UK rule. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotcha. I
but
was never very good in school.
well, that makes both of us.
Yeah, I was never good at school.
Yeah, but Trinidad is a cosmopolitan country. So you have people who came from India, people who came from Africa, people. We have a big Chinese population.
Oh, no
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So we also have a big Spanish population as well. So we have a kind of unique. That's why you find our food different. It's just like a fusion of around the world come together.
Okay, gotcha. And my daughter is checking in. Just trying to go through these comments here. That's
Just so
true.
I'm cooking with CJ there. Actually, I think I was first interviewed with on the hot seat with cooking with CJ.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When he was doing that was like last year or two or
No,
so.
that's like about probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah. Were you on the show or no?
Yes, I was on the show.
Oh, you were on the show.
Actually, that was the last hot seat they were doing.
And I guess this question is to me. When am I going to use my LSG? You know, I was all set to use it, and then I got a delivery, and that delivery was the Masterbuilt XT, and it's hard for me to cook on anything else right now because it's a hot pit. It brings in views, and makes me money. So to be honest with you, I will be using the LSG a lot. That is going to be my so I'm only going to cook on two pellet grills. The Z grills is going to be when I'm paid from Z grills to cook on it, to be honest. And the LSG, which is the Lone Star pellet grill, I will use every other video that I use for a pellet grill. The Masterbuilt right now is such a hot pit. And let me tell you something. I don't want to make this about Masterbuilt because this is about Stephen, but the Masterbuilt, they just nailed it. Um, and I'm going to have a full review. It's expensive. It's $14.99. It's double what the
Wow.
1050 was. But let me tell you something. They took everything that was wrong with the 1050, and I'm no longer allowed to broadcast in the Masterbuilt Facebook group, so they're not even hearing this because Facebook shut all that down. So
Wow.
I can only broadcast on personal or business channels, whatever. But the gravity fed, the Masterbuilt gravity fed, man, they just friggin' nailed it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what I was
they're
watching. I was watching you when you got that grill. Definitely.
they're You've been watching the videos. I
Yeah,
see a
yeah.
comment, and there is nothing cheap about that video. A matter of fact, when you snuff out the charcoal, it snuffs out quicker than a Weber kettle. So you don't lose
Wow.
any charcoal. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and it's expensive. I don't know that I would if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't buy it because, quite frankly, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would never spend $1,500 on a grill. I
Yeah,
don't
that is a
think.
lot of money.
I think I would have a kettle. I would probably cook mostly on a Weber kettle if I didn't have a YouTube channel because I can cook anything on that and the
Yeah.
stove. You know, but they nailed that grill, and I probably that grill's probably never going to make it to Trinidad. I am guessing, correct?
Well, how to put
Did
it?
the
If
tent?
some person who has money and has the money to buy, they could order it online and bring it in. No,
So do you have a Lowe's and Home Depot there?
no, 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 we don't.
You
The,
don't. Is there any barbecues that are sold there, like Pit Boss or
actually,
Weber?
yes, you can get the Weber kettle for sure.
Okay,
There's about one store only in Trinidad I know that have it, and that's in the north of Trinidad.
gotcha.
But
And
like as
Scotty,
for pellet
Scotty
grills
wants you
and
to
things, for pellet
Scotty
grills,
wants you to set. He wants you to send him some shrimp.
yeah. So but they probably have a few pellet grills in Trinidad, but that is more for the high end people, you know,
And there,
people like.
CJ just popped in.
But
You were
I'm
mentioning CJ. You were mentioning CJ before, and he just popped in. I don't know. Maybe
no,
you saw that before I did.
no, yeah, I saw him in the chat earlier on.
So you don't like CJ? You were saying douchebag. I think was the word you used.
It's a good thing CJ is living quite in California.
There you go. And Lance wants you to slow it down a little bit more. Of course, I'm way behind on the chat. And there's my man Jay checking in. Jay, I believe we missed you Friday at the M&K event. I think. Hold on, getting salute fellow veterans. Are you a veteran, Stephen?
No, sir.
Are you a veteran, Stephen?
No, no, I am not.
Okay. I thought maybe I missed something, but always salute the veterans. No doubt about that. Always.
Yes, sir.
So that's what he was actually saying, CJ. That anytime CJ comes on, I feel I need to jack up my guns. But so that's what he was saying, CJ. That
Yeah,
he was your last guest.
that was the last. That was the last hot seat.
Just and Will just subscribe to your channel. So yeah, I think Scotty put your channel up there. If anyone is not subscribed to Steven, it is definitely a fun show to watch. I haven't seen it lately. Have you done any videos lately?
No, I haven't done any videos for the last about probably last 6 weeks. Life change. They
Gets in
have
the
to do
way.
different. Yeah. So, and then
Will
actually
you be
when
back?
yeah, actually when I had was to load, I had done already uploaded and did a voiceover for a video to upload it. There's just some minor touches where my daughter have to do her voiceovers, and that's the thing. It's just to upload. So hopefully, I'll try to get it up by this one. Because you remember
Hmm.
actually when we were supposed to do the interview the first time, I told you I was now getting over the flu and everybody home was down for about 2 weeks. That virus was
Hmm.
really terrible. So, and then after I taken a rest when I was to do the interview, you came and you came down with something too. So but I see you recovered quickly.
Yeah, I actually had COVID. I mean, I don't really spread my personal life on Facebook like that, but I actually did have COVID, and which is nothing more than the flu at this point. But not that's not to saying people still don't die from it because they do, but people die from everything. So, but just
That's
thank
right.
God that Yeah, thank God that it was for me. It was nothing more than just
That's good.
a nasty cold, and it's still congested and still trying to fight it. Real quick, while we have some people in here, I just want to do a cheap plug since it is my show. One second, let me see how I can do this. Bear with me here, Stephen. Bear with me here. So I just wanted to do a cheap plug and remind everybody, since we've got 50 over 50 people in here, that next
Wow.
Sunday night, Mother's Day, I will be interviewing Stephen Reichlin. I believe it is Reichlin.
Right.
I say Reichlin because it just sounds more cooler, but it is Reichlin. So I will be interviewing him next week from 6 to 7, and I would appreciate if everybody could pop in, like you always do anyway. But if you do have questions, have them written down, so that helps me to keep it moving. When there are questions from the crowd, I don't know if Steven's a big talker. And I'm talking about Stephen Reichlin, not the guest tonight. So I don't know if he's a big talker or not. So it helps me if the crowd is there asking questions. So that's my cheap plug for next week, and that's very
Yeah.
exciting because, like I was talking to my man Scotty, we were both big fans of his in the 80s. Barbecue Bible. Do you know him, Stephen?
Yeah, I heard about yeah.
Yeah.
I actually he has a book, not so.
Yeah, he has a bunch of books. He sent
Yeah,
me a bunch of stuff back there. But he had that barbecue Bible that I think everybody owned at one time or
yeah.
another.
Actually,
That was his big
I
book.
I'm vaguely remembering seeing it in a bookstore down here. So,
Hmm. And I don't know if that question was to me, Wendy, or not. Why did they shut it down?
yeah, she might be
The re-
probably talking about the Masterable. Remember you said something about your Masterable page got shut down or something like that.
Oh,
Uh,
Facebook just
yeah,
changed. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Facebook just changed the rules, Wendy, that they won't allow streaming on those types of group pages. Um, for me to stream on those pages, I got to jump through hoops with StreamYard, and I'm don't really having interested in doing that. Maybe I'll do it next week, but we'll see. It's not really a big deal because if anybody wants to watch the show, I'm still on YouTube and two channels, different channels on Facebook. So I have not lost any viewers. And when I broadcast at the Masterbuilt group, I don't really get too many people that watch anyway. I think Facebook buries it, you know. And Quinn says his LSG should be here in mid-June. I can't wait to cook on it. I have cooked on it, just not on camera. I have cooked on it, and I will. You will see so much of that pit. It's just again the Masterbuilt, which is an incredible machine, is just a hot machine right now. And there's my man Papa checking in. And I know Steven, you must know Papa. No,
yeah, I know. But, oh,
let me just go through these. There is Steven's. And we are 45 minutes in already, man. Hit that like and
I
show
need
Tommy
I,
and Steven some support. I appreciate that.
I need to get back into the videos. But actually, I used to do videos like every week, but I stopped doing it as I started to do it once a month now
Hmm.
because like for how you guys still get little things to promote on the channel. For me, it is very hard. I got
Oh,
a
yeah.
I got a couple, and when I told them I was living in Trinidad, that was the end of that.
Yeah, that's a tough ship. I have people that want me to ship them stuff, overseas and stuff, and it's just such a
It's
pit. It's a
costly.
pitta,
Yeah,
man.
it's
It's a
costly.
pitta.
So
Kenny
I just
says I will stick with my Ziggler. My wife will lose it if I spend $1,500. Well, Ken, correct me. You just bought that. I think we have talked. I mean, I know we have. You've got that Z Grills 1100, the big one. I forget the numbers, but you own the best Z grills that they make, which is, oh, by the way, probably one of the best pellet grills besides the LSG. I actually wish I still had that Z grills, but when Z grills changes to new grills, I have to use them. They want me to use them. You all
The,
hit those thumbs up from Papa.
the only thing I would have liked to see Master Bill do was do something like what Halo has done with their pellet grill, with the battery pack.
What? Who? Say that again.
I said the only thing I would have liked to see Master Bill do was like, remember you have the Halo pellet grill
Oh yeah,
with the battery pack.
yeah.
So
I
that was
actually sold that grill, but I
okay.
know what you mean. That was a great pellet grill, man.
That
But
was that's the only thing I feel Master Bill could have
yeah,
just added to the mix.
yeah, that was a great. The Halo is a great company. That was a great product. But with the LSG, when I'm going to cook on a pellet, why would I cook on something else besides the Z grills? Because obviously I do stuff for Z grills.
Well,
But when
yeah,
you got the LSG on your deck, man, that is the top of the pellet grill.
that is
So how
the
could I cook
ultimate.
on anything else? And Kathy also subscribed. I am feeling now. I still got the smell and taste, just congested in the morning. But I worked. I worked right through um, uh, when I was COVID. I worked right through it. I didn't stop. I didn't rest. I did a brisket. All those videos that you saw come out over the past 2 3 days, those were the videos. So all my videos are released pretty quick. So those videos were all done as I was sick. So again, I thank God that I wasn't one of the unlucky ones who really got sick. I was sick, but again, nothing that I couldn't handle. So I was glad for that, and I drank plenty of fluids and
Yeah,
and
that's for
did
sure.
get some good rest at night. So, but I feel good. I feel good, man. Just a little congested in the morning.
I got the COVID last year. I got it last year as well.
Yeah. It was a lot worse when it came out. It was
Yeah,
devastating to a lot of
that's for
people,
sure.
man. I mean, there are a lot of people lost their everything, lives and parents. God, the stories,
That's
man.
for
Mothers and fathers and
yeah.
families, and it was
Because like
it was
actually
bad, man.
in the street where I live, we lost about 2 or 3 people.
Yeah. So COVID hit where you were also, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a fun interview. I'm going to have to. I don't do any. So, like I said before, I came on the air. My wife is like, "Do you even know where he's from?" And I'm saying he's from Trinidad. And do you know where that is? And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know where it is.
you'll
It's an
figure it out.
island."
You'll
But
figure it
I
out.
feel like when I talk, I don't even these interviews. When I talk to Steven, I feel like I'm talking to a friend.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
it.
looking to learn. So my wife was like, "Well, you're going to sound silly if you don't even know where the guy's from." And I'm saying to I don't think so because I want to learn like everyone else in the crowd maybe wants to learn. But she read me, but I forget because that's what I do. Um, and if Papa Texas is out there, I just got a text from Kipper who said, "What is up?" But with Stephen Reichlin, yeah, I'm going to have to sit down and do some homework, and I'm going to have questions ready to answer him because I don't know if he's a talker or not. Like I said before, and anytime you're doing these types of shows, the last thing you want is dead air,
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
because
That's it.
you know.
You need to
So
keep it flowing.
I'll yeah, and so far, like I feel like I'm friends with Steven and everybody that everybody that I interview on this channel, I'm pretty much like Kathy and M and K and
I was actually
Scotty for a little bit.
I was
I know
actually
all these.
shocked. I was shocked when you asked me to come on the show, because after all, I'm such a tiny channel, you know.
Well, that doesn't matter to me. Like you know, like Lance Sleeper just made me up some cool hats. Like I want to have him on. Um, it doesn't. I'm not doing this for views because I don't
Is
not going to
is
get any more views if I have you on or CJ on. These type of shows really don't pull in big crowds. Like maybe Stephen Reichlin will. I don't know. But like when I interview you or M and K or had Scotty on or I had Kathy on, I'm trying to look and see who's in this crowd here. It's not about the views because there is no money into it.
uh,
It's more just about getting
getting
to
to
know
know,
people.
yeah,
Exactly. Getting to
different
know the
culture.
people that I'm working with. So I could care less if you had I would actually bring on viewers. And we have talked about it. I just don't know how that would play. Like I would be interested in it, but I don't know if channels would be interested to learn about Bat 13. I would love to talk to Bat 13 because the dude's everywhere.
Yeah,
You know,
no, the
me
he and
sometimes
NBL is on
yeah,
next one too.
sometimes like there's a little game that goes on the M&K show, first on the grill they call it, and Bat 13's always first, but every once in a while when I have downtime, either at the gym or if I just get home, I'll say. And if they haven't posted yet, I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna beat that MFer man today. You know, so I'll sit and do what he does, you know, but he's at work. So sometimes I could beat him. It
Yeah,
almost feels like I'm trying to get concert tickets, you know. When you used to get concert tickets, you used to
you want to
refresh the screen and when seats would come available, you would jump on it, you know, and
yeah,
you know, start freaking out and typing because you're going to get tickets to a show. So you know, I would love to bring on like a couple, Judge Webb. I mean, even though he has a barbecue, he's barbecue, but I don't know if he doesn't have a channel. But you know, I would love to interview some of these supporters of all
yeah,
ours
yeah. That
over
would
the
be cool
years.
for
So you
sure.
know, one day that's going to happen. You know, one day that's going to happen.
That would be cool for sure.
All right, let's see. Let me go through these lists, and believe it or not, we are just about out of time, man.
Yeah, that hour fly by
Quick hour,
fast.
right?
Yes, sir.
You feel like you know. I feel like I know you. You know, that's again why it's just so easy to. It's so I haven't really done any one of these shows where I didn't find it so simple to talk. And let's face it, I can easily turn the show into me and just continue to talk about myself. I have no problem talking about myself if you can't figure that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if the guest is a little fugazi, a little slow, this and that, I can easily just turn on myself and just blab because I just love to talk.
Yeah, 'cause I've been following you for a while. There are certain channels I make it a point of duty to follow every video. There are certain
Hmm.
channels that I would, it's only if it interests me, I will watch a video. You know, but like you and a few others, I try not to miss. Honestly speaking, the only thing I really don't really watch much is shorts.
Hmm.
I if I
I
go
mean,
to a,
I'll catch.
if I go to a channel, I prefer to watch a full length video than to watch a short. To me, like
Hmm.
a short is just like you're just advertising, but at the same time, I might want to learn something, so I'll just go straight towards the full length video, and that's it. So,
Yeah. Anytime I comment on a video, that means that I did watch the whole video. So if I don't have enough time to watch the whole thing, I won't watch the whole video of other creators. But if I do have the time, like I think I watched Papa's show this morning, like friggin' 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
yeah,
You know, if I have the time, I'll watch. You know, I'll never just pop on a show and just comment, you know, because that doesn't help
yeah,
anybody.
it doesn't make no sense.
Z Grills are the real deal. There's no doubt about it. You know, Z Grills, Pit Boss, Chef's Temp, not Chef's Temp, Camp Chef, Z Grills, Pit Boss, Camp Chef, Weber. You know, they're all a mass-produced grill. They're all good cookers for sure.
I think also Weber brought out a new pellet grill as well too.
I appreciate that, Scott. What's up? Say that again, Mom.
I say Weber brought out a new pellet grill as well.
They did just come out with a new pellet
Yeah,
grill, and if I was looking to chase views, I would have that sucker in my backyard. But you know,
it is what it is.
yeah, like I said, when it came out, man, it was bad scene. What? When was the last time you left the island?
Uh, Last time I left the island, that would have been
Papa wants to
probably
know.
that would have been around in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s. I can't remember what it would be in the 90s.
Papa wants to know. Is there a reason you left? Is there
No,
a reason behind that question from Papa?
not that I know of, unless if he's planning to invite me across there, but it might be easier for him to reach to come by me than for me
There,
to reach there. As
at the
for
house.
me to reach across any state, I have to go through a lot of red tape in terms of applying for a visa and all these different things. Whereas with you guys can come across there without a visa. It's a lot easier for you guys to come here than for me to go there.
Yeah, I hear you. And Double J checking in, old friend. Hold on, let me just finish up through these questions, and then we will let you go and close out the show. George Glenn gifted five. George gifted five the Gallery Bourbon Amp Griddle memberships. I'm not sure what that is. Gifted five the Gallery Bourbon Amp. I'm not sure what that is, George. Never saw that before. I've never seen that before. Never saw that before. Never seen that before. Does anybody, George, are you still there? I think George may have bought me a new car, new truck. Does anybody know what that is? I do appreciate it. Fugazi? It's a Fugazi. Prefer watching barbecue streams over videos. I'm just trying to get through these over videos watching fake news. Tommy commented on one of my videos a few years ago. Yeah, that was this morning, but the video was old. I don't know what's old, what's not old. I don't even remember what I posted. Oh, for how long you haven't left the island. That's Papa. Yes, I am. But it may be a bag of charcoal.
I'm not really big
Uh,
on flying too much again. I did enough flying in my younger days.
yeah. Is there, I know this is an off the wall question. I'm just curious. Is there a lot of drugs in Trinidad?
Well, like in every country, it have it nooks and crannies.
And how are the laws on drugs? I just saw a news report, and somebody got caught with a drug at another country, and they're going to face 12 years in jail. And I think it was just a marijuana stick or
Well,
whatever.
well,
Is it?
for marijuana, they decriminalize it for the last, I think, for the past 3 years. So you are allowed to have an ounce on your person. You can
Okay.
grow up to you can grow up to two or four trees in a yard.
So they're
Uh,
loose. Their drugs are loose in
but
Trinidad.
well, not really. They have certain you have a limit. So you can't use it in public. You have to use it in your own private space. And then well, the other hard drug, the white stuff, well, that's a no-no.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's you'll pay some years for that for sure.
Everybody sees Scott a kitten back there. Okay, so that's it, man. You made that
Yeah,
hour.
yes, sir. Tommy, thanks for having me on,
I would
brother.
have I would have liked to have seen your daughter because she actually has a cooler accent than you.
Yes,
But you tell her that we were asking for her,
I will.
and
I will.
I appreciate you coming on, man. Tried to work through everything and get back to making some videos. Your videos are
Yeah,
definitely
I,
pretty cool.
yeah, I'll be back up hopefully by this Wednesday. I just need her to finish up her part of it, and that's it.
I got you. It was good talking to you, man.
Yeah. Really appreciate being on. So it was fun.
You take you take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. And for everybody in the
Thank you, my
chat,
man.
thanks for tapping in. I appreciate you all. Much love.
We all appreciate you, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So we'll see you when we see you.
There you go, man. Be good. All right, there you go. That was fun interview, man. I always there are certain, and I'm not just saying this because I really don't have to say this, but there are certain people that in the well, even in life itself, but in the barbecue field, there are just certain channels or certain people who run channels that you just immediately gravitate towards. That you just know that they're good people, and there are other channels that you just know that maybe not. Did 5 memberships to your channel. I get that, but I don't understand gifted to who. I'm just not getting that. But if he's still here, if Scotty, if you could put my email address up, if he could send me an email so I can properly find out and thank him or whatever. I don't even know who he is. I don't think I've ever seen him comment on here before, George Glenn. But I definitely appreciate it, man. I just wish that I would know a little bit more. But George, if you're still there, email me, gallerybbq@gmail.com, so we could figure this out. So yeah, that was fun, man. Like I said, he's good. He's good people. You just know it. You just know it, man. He's filming with his daughter. You just know it. I love I love his accent on that island vibe. He's just a cool dude, man. He's just a cool dude. So that is it, man. That is going to close out this one again. Next Sunday night, 6 to 7. If you have any questions, have them written down. It would definitely be greatly appreciated. I'll have some homework to have questions to ask him. But if the crowd base has questions, that helps move the show along. So that is pretty cool. Scott a kitten is you see her eyes right there. She's getting ready to come on over. And that's it, ma'am. Kathy, I appreciate you. Great show, James. Appreciate you. Bat 13, first up, man. Maybe we will get you on the horn. Maybe I'll line up like you, Wendy. She's a great supporter of a lot of channels. I would love to interview her. Jay's been around for a while. Double J. Maybe I'll line up 3 people and we'll see how that plays out. Troy, Kenny, whoever's not camera shy. I mean, I know there's some people that, don't want to come on the camera, but we will see how it goes. Okay, so Papa's saying he listed the 5 people he gifted it to on here. So I guess now it's making more sense. So I guess he gifted 5 YouTube Join memberships to my channel. I'm guessing that's what it is. And that is pretty cool to do, considering I don't even know who he is. He's Santa Claus. There he is right there, ma'am. George Glenn, you are Santa Claus, my friend. Shoot me an email. I'll send you some stickers. I'll send you a hat. And that is it, man. And Wendy says, "Oh, Tommy, we will have questions." So, Wendy, you would come on then. Okay, so there you go. So, wow, man, that was That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool for sure. Scott will have questions, I'm sure. Scott is back there. Okay, man. This was a fun show. Uh, George, what could I say, man? You are definitely a pretty cool dude, man, to do that. I don't even know if he's in here anymore. He's Santa Claus, man. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, look, that's a first. I appreciate that, man. It's I think that's the laws of attraction at its finest, right? You attract who what you want to attract your way. If you're a nasty individual, you'll attract nasty things. So that is the laws of attraction at its finest, right there. Come on to where he works. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to go back and look. I missed that, and I don't think he's in here anymore. I will be here next week. I appreciate that, man. So that is it, man, for this show. We are past that 7 o'clock hour. He works at Wild Fork. Is that what you're saying? I don't know, man. I'm so good. Wait. Oh, he works at Wild Fork, Eatontown. Okay. You're the manager? I think I just met you. Just sharing some sugar. There you go. So I guess you're the store manager that I just met Saturday when I was up there, but I didn't think that was the name. But all right. I mean, look, man, that is Wild Fork at its finest. I'll have to get to the bottom with George on that and go back and see exactly. I was a little taken aback. I was a little thrown for a loop, but because I met a couple people. I met a new store manager there, and there was another gentleman working there that I just met that day. And since I am not good with names, I can't place them, but I'll have to get to the bottom of that, and we will talk about it and bring it up at a later date, man. I appreciate everybody in this chat. Dan Spike's Trailer Park was gifted a membership. Wendy was gifted a membership. Real quick here, by George Spike Trailer was gifted a membership. Daddy Matt was gifted a membership. Well, there you go, man. Wow. That's pretty freaking cool. All right, man. I'm going to shut this one down here. Again, I appreciate all the support you guys give me and all the other channels, man. This was a fun show for sure. You see the goodness in people coming through on this show. That is definitely good to see. Next week's going to be fun. This week's going to be fun. Everybody go out and get it, man. If you want something, go get it. Make it happen. And that is it, man. I appreciate all you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. So we will see you soon.